does this relate to the ongoing work in place and the property development and business and everything that comes from there in place for decades and generations? How do we materialize this new way of consciously being in the world? And one framework or one simple way is the will, being, and function. It's like the project you could think of as a way of winning the hearts and minds of the people for themselves, like getting them to reimagine the way they consciously live themselves, recreating this renaissance of regen art, culture, and story, reculturing our people, empowering youth through cultural development, and inspiring new ways to engage in multi-generational activities in place. The being state is really like, how do we consciously be within our systems, and how does this work, and what shows up uniquely to each place can be institutionalized into the running of place through social governance and economic systems. And the point here being is really nothing changes if nothing changes. If we don't change ourselves, if we don't vote with our own wallets, if we don't every day get up and choose to think from a new paradigm rather than perpetuating the old, none of this matters. And the functional aspect of how this supports this, the physical infrastructure, is the project that you build on the ground wants to really be that nodal point of intervention, wants to really be, I like to think of it as like a throbbing heart in your city that just radiates out the principles and the patterns and the spirit of this living being that helps people repattern as a touchstone for them to go, you get so lost in your modern world and stressed with your family and life is hard. Life is hard, and we need these hard touchstones that we can go up and be in, as well as nature, to remind us how we can re-civilize our future. And a multitude of these projects, a network of these projects together in harmony, will hopefully develop a field that are more than the sum of their parts. These aren't individual projects. These are communities coming together to engage in a new way for the future. And I sort of like to think of it and hold it as it's conscious civilization design. But again, we need to come together in new ways. And the work, as always, we're working on ourselves while we're working on these projects with our teams, while we're working on the whole living being and understanding this world and relating to each other. And that this is how we're going out into the world. And we hope to see you there on a project near you.